Yo, what's good, guys? GP here, just chilling. Um, I got like 30 minutes. I'm gonna be on here. Just wanted to come say what's good to the good people. Let's get some music playing in the background. It's too quiet in here. God damn it! I am happy to be on. Happy to be on live stream with you guys. It's been a pretty good Tuesday. I wish I had got done a little bit more, but I got done the things I needed to get done. So I'm happy about that. Let me find some music right quick. Some shit to vibe to. But, the other day the live stream went well, but it was also I think a Sunday night. So Sunday nights usually go well. People are usually not doing anything on a Sunday night. People on a Tuesday night at 9 typically are starting to wind their night down. So I understand if this one's not as big as before. Felix, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm just chilling. Yeah, I haven't been on a lot for real. So that's kind of what happened. I mean, I'm sure you've probably been busy too. I'm just saying that. Haven't been able to. Not that I haven't been able to. I just really, I guess, just been choosing not to create a bunch of content recently. But last couple of days, yeah, a couple of days, I've been wanting to live stream and just come on here and hang out. I'm currently live streaming onto a couple channels, so um, trying to kind of build up the cannabis library some. Kind of also really focusing on the website a lot more. I've been writing on the website a good amount, at least like 3 or 4 like video posted with articles on the website. So if anybody did want to stay like up to date the best way they possibly could, it would probably be a combination of my personal Instagram for like if you're talking about just me myself, it would probably be the best would be Instagram and then cannabislibraryus.com. Um, but other than that, what was I gonna say? I'm going to actually release a video about my first year in Chicago. I know a lot of people want to move, and they don't necessarily want to move to Chicago, but they want to move somewhere else. And I try to kind of talk about my process in this video that I just filmed. Actually, it took me a while. It's a long story, so I'm going to try to make it interesting. It's been a pretty crazy year for me. It'll probably be, I might split up the video in a couple videos. It might be like two 20-minute videos for real. But I just kind of want to give people some insight into what it's like to move if they haven't, or just some things to look out for, just some tips that I have about traveling. Not necessarily as much traveling, but really moving, and especially if you move with somebody else. What's up, Yoel? How you doing, man? Appreciate you tuning in. I was talking to some of my friends the other day about relocating. We were really talking about how everybody has such different priorities when it comes to that about where they want to live and stuff like that. People want to live by family. People want to just be in all types of different situations. So, in this video, I kind of just addressed obviously my point of view of the video that's about to come out because that's really all I've got. and and yeah, I'm excited to put that out. Hopefully, I'll be able to get that video out tomorrow. I need to get it out tomorrow. I probably will be able to. Maybe 1 second. I'm sharing this video, sharing this live with more people. That's what's up, CEO Vaughn. That's dope. The THCA, I haven't had any of their THCA, but the THCA I've tried in the past has been pretty good. On my personal channel, I have some THCA videos. I don't know where you're tuning in from. I think most people are on my personal channel, but regardless. I think actually I probably have THCA on both channels now that I'm thinking about it. Damn. Why can't I just be big enough on YouTube to not have to post all this shit out every time I go on live? Then what fun would it be, huh? But like I said, I'll be on here about 30 minutes. Do I like any other cannabinoids better than THCA? Like you're talking about like in the hemp realm? You're talking about flower? No. The edibles, it's okay. I've had the THCA edibles before, and they're decent actually. No, they're pretty good. I wouldn't say their effects are much better than like Delta 8 edibles or something like that, though. And the taste of Delta 8 edibles is going to be better because, as we all know, like most weed edibles taste kind of bad. Like, especially from like the dispensary and shit. Like, some people at home make them nice, but when they're all like split up, no. But in terms of edibles, I kind of like Delta 8 edibles probably more. Shit. Even though THCA, if you're looking for like the most natural in the hemp realm that are gonna get you like lit, those are probably gonna get you like the level you want, unless people like those D9 CBD edibles. I do like THCV. I might take some of that tomorrow actually. THCV will help you get up. So in the hemp realm, that's kind of how I feel about that. And then I haven't really been on carts too much, but the strongest carts that I've had in the hemp realm are the HHC carts. I'm almost certain. Like even these, like I have one of those runts one sitting right here, like this. I took this to a concert, and like I ended up being able to smoke flowers, so I chose to smoke flower later. But if that's all I had gotten to smoke, it still would have been a pretty good experience with that. I mean, obviously, I still would have enjoyed the concert, but the high would have been nice too, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, I know I haven't been on here a lot, but once again, I always like to thank you guys for coming on, because I mean, you don't have to. Shit, I personally don't watch that much YouTube live, even myself. So it is a blessing that you guys come on. I don't know that many. Uh, I swear I say this so often, but I don't know that many people out here in Chicago still. And so with that being said, these lives are sometimes some good interaction. And people brought up last time, like, man, we used to be on here like daily, and I was like, yeah, we did. We really did. Yeah, I have tried the Zaza. I have some Zaza. It's pretty good. I have Should have some reviews of Zaza stuff. It's probably only on the website, but yeah, I have. It's nice stuff. Ram. But it's crazy that like if somebody finds my content now at Cannabis Library, like they're engaging a whole different channel than the one now. It's at like 11K subs that got deleted and shit. Things have changed so much on the Cannabis Library, and that's some stuff I'm kind of addressing also in this first year. It's kind of like a year review for me. And part of it's just for me to kind of like break down some of the stuff and tell some of these stories. But I also think from some of the shit I've had to go through for people who want to be content creators, people who want to exist in the cannabis market, for people who want to move, for people who just want to like find a different city, or people who want to maybe move to Chicago, I feel like this video I'm going to drop is going to be advantageous. And if anybody else, if none of those are you, I feel like it'll be entertaining at least because a lot of shit happens. And I carried around the camera so much this first year in Chicago. So I really do have a lot of film from the experience. I got you, CEO. Delta 9. Oh, I don't even know if I know what that is. Son of Red J. I'm going to be real with you. It'll probably be pretty fast. Most of these hemp companies get this shit out pretty fast. $40 for shipping is wild though. But you said you did get express shipping. Or is USPS Express just normal? But because it can't be. It has to be either you live in Antarctica or for something that small, there's no way it should be $40. I'm sure they do, Ram. They had CBD and stuff, and they got to that really late, and they got to Delta 8 really late. But they have like that brand kick in to where like anybody who's still in those markets or who wants to try Delta 8 or something like that will still like pick up a cookies one, or people will still try cookies like, oh, maybe it'll get me high. Maybe he put his real gas in this. Like they get to capitalize off of that, but they just white label, just like everybody else. That's what's up, unemployed smoker. That first smoke's gonna be nice. I got you, CEO. Ever since I was back in Texas, hell yeah, H. Thank you. I appreciate you pulling up. I tried to put it on Instagram and Discord so people know because I know I have no schedule. Um, I know that I kind of just pop on here when it's appropriate and I pop off when it's time to go. Yeah, unemployed smoker. Maybe that's why my channel's not big. I really embrace everything in the cannabis market because I understand people have so many different price ranges, so many different like potencies they want, so many different types of products. I'm no one to sit here and judge cannabis supremacy. you know, I personally smoke flower mostly, but I'm not ethnocentric about it. Like I'm okay with other people liking different shit than me, and I don't believe that my way of smoking weed is like better than anybody else's way. And I feel like people's feelings about their lives or whatever are just so wrapped up in themselves sometimes. And I'm not talking down on any content creators or anything, but I do like to be honest about what I consume, but I also like to really let people know that it's okay. New York doesn't really have dispensaries yet. I did go to a little kind of like underground shop in New York, but when I went, New York didn't have dispensaries. I don't think they have them yet. I think this was start at the beginning of next year. No, I haven't. I know he owns like the parent company or whatever, and but I don't go out to California and to get most of that shit, or to where I would trust that no, it's for sure from this company. Either I would have to know the person shipping it to me from California, or I would have to like be there buying it at the store in California. And I might still be suspect, but um, like in Chicago, we get so much stuff that's supposed to be Cali Bud, and it might be Cali Bud. But for me to think that Cali is anybody in Cali is sending their top shelf shit to Chicago is like hard for me to believe. And don't get me wrong, we get good bud on the street, and I don't go to the dispensary. Those prices are like too high for me. But um, I don't believe that. I don't necessarily just believe that every brand I get or I'm told that I'm getting is like legit or the actual brand or whatever. 150 homegrown bud straight from, yeah, I used to get homegrown bud. It's popular in Colorado. When I lived there, like people be having homegrown bud for sure. Yeah, Cali they have a lot of black market, but Cali black market for sure from Cali. Black market where I'm at could be grown in Illinois, it could be grown in Michigan, it could be grown in uh, uh, down in Missouri. Really, it could be grown multiple places. So you can really trust it. Like some of you guys are saying, you guys have plugs that you know who grows and stuff. And if you can trust it that way, that's a blessing. If you can't, you kind of just go with what the best option is for you. And that's what I do. I mostly buy on the street here and the best option for me. Yeah, not many people though, unemployed smoker. Not many people. Here in New York City, I got you. Yeah, and the when I was in Canada, the Canada bud was like a little bit less as good than ours. It's like green. It seemed like it's like greenhouse bud instead of like real like hydroponics. Like a little bit looser, airier flowers. Some seeds will get through a little bit more leaves. Not as like richly colored. Like how ours are like vibrant greens and vibrant like purples and stuff. Theirs were more subtle in that color. It looked a little bit looked and smelled a little bit hempier, but still got you high. It kind of reminds me of THCA. THCA is nice. It's almost like it's THCA. That's the best. See, enjoy it. Do your reviews. What's good, Alvin? How you doing? Do I think the alt cannabinoid space will die down when weed's federally legalized? I don't, because I think we're seeing it in states. Like some states, people don't use it that are legal, but there are people in Illinois that are still consuming at these alt cannabinoid markets, even with legal weed. Like the assumption that everybody wants the strongest product is an assumption that a lot of companies are gonna like die on that hill. You know what I'm saying? Like people have to understand that people want all types of shit. Because in the weed market, for them to be saying everybody wants the highest percentage product is like saying everybody who likes alcohol wants to sip moonshine every single time or wants to sip the strongest gin every single time. And it's just like, no, people want all different. types, and I'm not comparing alcohol with weed, but I am comparing it in the fact that like weed varies just like that, to where it's not just like a wine drinker isn't necessarily going to want this, but if isn't going to necessarily want tequila, but if tequila is the only option, the wine drinker just might not drink it. They might go get something else. So it's kind of the same thing in the cannabis business. I hear you, Ram. What's good, Will? How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in again, bro. Oh yeah, there's so many of those tobacco vape shops, shits or whatever. Tons of like Chinese glass in those places and stuff. I'll be buying it sometimes. That's not this, but I've had some cheap glass in my day. But if I'm gonna get glass now, I try to at least I would try to wait to get to a certain price point. Like too cheap a glass, it's just like, yeah, this sucks. Done. I don't think I'm on YouTube as much as you, to be honest. I'm on YouTube a lot just for background music, but watching videos, I think you have me. Some people have me beat. I have a lot of friends that have me beat on YouTube consumption because I watch some interviews and stuff, and while I'm passing it, but most of my YouTube is for sure just like music, Tiny Desk, live performances, shit like that. Yeah, they have Bud in the. I went in a couple of those, but the Bud that I saw in those didn't look good. Yeah, done. Like this isn't my entertainment. Like I'll be watching streaming places like the Disney Plus and Netflix and shit like that. I'll be watching that shit, and then I'll be on Masterclass sometimes too. So I don't just stay on YouTube for real. You got me beat. Fairfax, I don't think it applies to too many people, but I don't want to bash it too much because it's a move in the right direction, even if the conversation is getting started. I don't think it has too much of an effect right now, but at the same time, I saw some people got caught in like federal parks. Those are the type of people who have it, and also it's for DC people, so this could have a big impact on DC because the president and Congress and them decide what happens in DC also. So a lot of the cases, they said this could apply to like 6,000 people. I'd be willing to bet like a high percentage of those people are just in DC, but I could be tripping. Since starting to make YouTube content, though, my YouTube consumption has definitely gone up. Definitely gone up. And I just applied for a job to make YouTube content for this company, so I'll be on YouTube a lot, even more. I'm excited to put up this video tomorrow, though. I hope I'm able to edit it to a good extent tomorrow, because I think it's I think there's some good shit in there for people. Will and I actually was talking about the moving aspect and how different people want to do it and want to go different places and all this other type of shit. But and it's about burnout. It's about making a lot of content. It's about doing all this other type of shit. But what can I say? This has been this past year now that I just made a year 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago here in Chicago. A lot of shit's I wouldn't say changed, but just evolved a little bit. A lot of shit has changed. Don't get me wrong. Like I've been new places, seen new shit, met new people and shit, but overall stuff's been pretty consistent. That's another thing I want to talk about in this video. So I'm excited to put out this 1 year in Chicago video tomorrow. I'll post it on Instagram also when I put that out because pump it out there. So it's not going to be about weed. So for any of you guys, I mentioned weed a little bit in there, but for any of you guys who just like watching my weed content, This one's just a storytelling moment. And done, I might be, but sometimes I'm trying to get my 10,000 hours of content creation in. So sometimes you got to get burnt out a few times in a row. I was burnt out this past summer for real because I've been going like 2.5 years hard. This summer kind of took a writing break. Now that I'm feeling comfortable with like writing a lot each day, need to pump the content back out, but not as much as I was before. I don't know. I might start trying to do like daily lives at some point again, but in terms of like putting out full videos, um, if I do one on each channel a week right now, I'm happy. Like one Cannabis Library, one on my personal channel each week. So I'm gonna try to start doing that. I don't know, Ram. I really don't know anything about teenagers. You know, I don't know anything about kids or teenagers or what they're into. I see how people get out of that realm so fast. Like I don't even talk to them. Every now and then somebody puts one on FaceTime. One, I made it sound like a dog. Somebody puts a kid on FaceTime. They're like, say hi to Grandma. Be hi. How's school been? All right. Next, move on with our lives. That kid forgets about I even fucking exist. That's been the relationship with my cousins, unfortunately, for the past few years. Really since before COVID, so damn near a minute. So because of that, I don't know if what kids are gonna be smoking, but um, I'm not gonna even comment on kids smoking weed. I guess I would say it's the greater of two evils, but at the same time, I wouldn't. It's not something I would want to encourage. The hemp world definitely is changing some shit, changing some perspectives, changing some lines of legality and stuff like that. The government didn't really realize what hemp was when they legalized it, so therefore they kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit. Because I wasn't one. Like I let people who smoked young talk about that. I know some kids, but I started smoking at 13, 14, 15. That was not me. My brain wasn't even thinking about weed at that age. My brain didn't even start really thinking about weed till I was like 17 years old. Appreciate you, Mala. Qua. Appreciate it, done. I've been really trying to develop it. I've been trying to get up to be able to write like the 3, 4 hours a day that I'll eventually need to get to, but I'm not there yet. I've been trying to build up that just endurance. That shit be taking obviously time, 3, 4 hours a day. I still need to write after this some more. Hopefully I get to that. I've been smoking a good amount, but the smoking helped me get lost in it sometimes. A lot of people like I get cross-eyed and I can't read when I smoke. Like they say they can't read. I'm talking about writing now, but that's interesting to me. If I read while I smoke, if it's something boring as shit, sometimes I need to put it down. But I really just need to play music in the background, keep my mind like on. Like with that, my mind works weird like that. So I put some headphones on, and I could read like a good amount of time. I get lost in the words and shit a little bit. I don't know. Getting high and doing some of that shit would be nice. Yeah, I mean, it created a huge like legality gray area because people could claim anything they thought was Delta 8, what think is Delta 8. Like, I thought I ordered Delta 8 and they just getting peas in the mail and shit. Like, I don't know. Yeah, but I do know that it blurred the lines of legality. Excuse me, that's for sure. And also, I've been writing out stories of like tripping stories. I might share some of those on here one day. Just from experiences I've had in like 3 or 4 states with mushrooms and shit like that. I might I would love to work with somebody else and get some type of like visual aspect for it, like even drawn or something. But I don't know. I've been writing out these mushroom stories. I feel like I have some interesting ones. Some that they've taken me some strange places. With a lot of different people at this point. Not a lot, but 20 plus people. I'm not saying necessarily experiences, but sometimes with multiple people. Oh, yeah, I've had them both. And the capsules too. All types of shit. Uh, yeah, maybe that. Well, I'm I'm definitely not dying to go to Vegas in any stretch of the imagination. Like, because if I have the money to go to Vegas, there's like 10 places I want to go before that. The cookies and cream ones I've been having they've been good. It's pretty good. It's like a cookies and cream bar. It's actually pretty nice. But the bars have like 4 grams in them, like sprinkled without inside the bar, pretty much. I've had some dark chocolate ones that were nasty. I had some white chocolate ones that are okay. The cookies and cream ones are the best. Milk chocolate's also usually not good. The taste comes through too much for me. The cookies and cream have been the best tasting in that way, but nothing beats like smoothies. I just made some in Canada. I know a lot of people think that's America, but when you go up there, it's really not. Not that they think it's America, but they assume it's like just like America, and it's really not. So I just made some content up there, but I would love to age. I just don't have the money always to be traveling international like that, like crazy. Like it's either like work a lot and make a lot of money, or create content. It's doing both when you're like trying to like grow in both is difficult, if that makes sense. But I just work jobs that kind of work for me at that time, and I'm just trying to like develop the craft of like the writing and the structure and the storytelling and stuff like that. That's what I've been focusing on for like the past like couple years now, and it's a slow process, best believe. Damn, Ram, I've never done LSD before. Sounds pretty cool though. Oh, done. I kind of hope not. I may have already made too many mistakes for that. Like being a famous black man, there's few things more dangerous than that. I might need to start creating shit in a pseudonym, a fake name. What's good 440? Oh yeah, Canada got a huge weed market out there. It's way cheaper, more convenient, but set up much better. From at least a consumer side, from a business side, probably equally as shit. But Canada has so many fewer people than we have um, here in the U.S. that it's like it's hard to compare the U.S. with a lot of places, honestly. Because even people compare it with like Europe and stuff like that. So yeah, those places have like 20 to 50 million people. I think Canada has like 35, 40 million people. That's Texas, damn near. And so with their weed system, it's definitely a different system. But like everything there is like it's just fair. And it's just that simple. Most shit there is just like fair. But the US isn't really built to be a fair place. It's built to be a place that you capitalize in, you know. I do agree that the Canada weed, I said that it tastes more natural. Like you're not gonna get like the vibrant colors and the loud smells, but you're gonna get high, and it's gonna be like the top shelf shit I got was like pretty smooth. I was looking this up the other day. This is random, but I don't even know if I believe this. But it said like in 2020, Chicago had like 6,000 homeless people. Like Chicago doesn't have a homeless problem, not in terms of like American homeless problems. I'm not. I would say Canada's cleaner than most places, but I don't think Chicago. Like Chicago's a very clean city. Chicago's actually ridiculously clean. I saw a nigga shoveling up like plastic bottles on the side of the street today and putting it in the bed of his truck, and it said like sanitation on the side. For example, I passed this couch that was like tossed on my bike here in Chicago. I passed it for about 2 weeks, and all of a sudden it was picked up. And like in Houston or in a lot of these places, like that couch would have been there. Let me tell you, that couch would have rotted in that fucking ground. Like Canada was pretty clean, but I don't even think it was clean. Like Winnipeg, at least where I was, I don't think it's really cleaner than Chicago in particular. But yeah, LA had like when I looked it up, LA had like 60,000 homeless and um 55, 60. New York had 80 or 90,000, 80 to 90,000. So it's like when you think about it, like 5,000, like nothing compared to places like that. But they also said Austin had like six. I don't believe it. If any of y'all been to Austin, Texas, that hosts one big ass shanty town. Like you go downtown in Austin, it's like, bro, what? This is a problem. Like somebody get these people a home, please. Not necessarily a home, just a house. There's that comedian that's like, they're not homeless. Homes are an idea. Most people are homeless. These people need houses. They don't need a fucking home. Yeah, but in America, that's the thing. Like in Canada, the homeless people are on drugs. Like, because they have so many programs to help people. In America, on me, they're just people on the street just because this bitch is expensive as fuck. I don't like it. It's like a myth to me that everybody on the streets like on drugs. Like there's some cities I go to, and I'm like, all right, these people are tweaking. You know, there are a few cities to where like it's like you go in Denver. I don't know if y'all familiar with Denver. I've walked in Denver a lot at night. There's tweakers all over that place. Like that place becomes like zombie land at night type shit. But then you go other places and I'm just like, man, some of these people are just like down hard in their luck, you know? And like life just get hard for some people. What's good, DJ Toby? How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. That was a random question though. Done. Right. In America, it's like they drive you onto the streets and then get you high. Like you don't have other places, it'd be like you got high and then you ended up on the street. In America, it's like you got on the street, all right, now here's the drugs. Like here's the cheapest drug possible type shit. Because America is it's a it's not easy, you know. It's a not that stuff's meant to be easy. But after seeing how people like how Canadians live overall, like obviously they don't treat the Inuit population amazing historically, but most of the people there, at least in Winnipeg, were like immigrants and stuff, and just how the system there was set up was like it seemed decent. Obviously, I haven't been there a lot, so I'm not completely educated on it, but It works for a small place, especially like that. Yeah, just so people not sharing them around. I said I was gonna be on here 30 minutes. I do need to get off of here soon. I don't feel like eating anything, so I'm about to go eat sleep for dinner. I don't know if anybody else eats sleep for dinner sometimes, but I had something to eat a little bit earlier, but I'm like, fuck, I don't feel like cooking, but I'm lazy right now. I'm like, if I just go close my eyes, I can just eat tomorrow. Oh my goodness, bro. Nah, well, bro, this is some bullshit. It's early. It's not even that late, but I don't know. It's just like you just never know sometimes. I have no idea. But I also just didn't worry about it either, to be honest. I just chilled after that and then eventually just went in there and went to sleep. And the next day is a whole new day. That's how I try to solve issues. Go to sleep. Oh my goodness. Nah, Ram, not for real. But I'm not gonna lie, I've been cut off from most people since I've been up here. I just been working on my shit and working the studio I worked at and stuff. People in this live stream would be the people I probably like tune in with the most. Dead ass. Other than like Nicole, but like people outside of that, like I'd be calling people and texting sometimes and shit like that. But you know how man's friendships are. You don't have to see people for years. You'll be all right. When I see you, we good. I know nothing about that. The church my mom had me growing up in would not allow us to participate in such activities. And that's on being a Southern Black Christian person. I didn't see Harry Potter till I was like driving age to where I could go somewhere and watch it myself. And I started with the ones that were in the movies because what the last two in the movies were my junior and senior year. Nah, the church I went to was not playing with anything like that. I don't even know what that is. I know about Pikachu and a couple of the other. I'm really uneducated about that shit. Like that shit was like banned from my house. So it was traumatic, and I get it unnecessary. But yeah, man. But I feel like everything when I'm in New York City, like every area is like another like layer on top of a Chicago neighborhood. But yeah, Chicago got some like hippie neighborhoods. Every city got a neighborhood with like multiple coffee shops and used bookstore, and if it's high class like Trader Joe's, you know. It didn't smell when I went. A lot of these cities are different because I went to New Orleans twice during COVID and it didn't smell like bad, but I know that how it usually smells rancid. So like things have changed with stuff closing. Like cities got the opportunity, I feel like, to catch up on like their sanitation actually and like kind of start fresh. So it wasn't bad, but there are like, I mean, there's piles of trash in the street just because they don't have alleys because that hole's too old. So if you walking close to like just piles of trash and shit, then yeah. Like in the movies, they don't show that. They don't show that there's just piles of trash heaped up in the street everywhere. What's good, Zacadelic? Yeah, most downtowns do. Like a lot of parts of Chicago, even if it looks clean, like it smells like that just because somebody was doing it on the street. I'm dead. Some of that shit wasn't bad. I'm not gonna lie. Nigga used to be spitting on that hell. Oh yeah, Zacadella. This is my second time I've even done it recently. Smells like bougie perfume all over. You can't make this shit up. I was talking about a video I'm about to put out tomorrow, and I'm probably gonna do a Midwest cannabis podcast also. I don't know yet. If I do, that'll be at 4 p.m. CST on the Chicago Cannabis Library or on Respect My Region. I've been interviewing bosses in the cannabis industry recently. Topic tonight, though, has just been a whole bunch of rambling. See, Ram, that shit's fake. On me, where you live is probably more dangerous than most of Chicago. Not to mention, like the murder sphere and shit, like Chicago, not even like top 10 anymore. But what Chicago is like, it's all depend on what you like. Cause I love comedy, so it's like perfect for that. That's what's up, Zacadelic. If that's right for you, I'm happy for you. Smoking not for everybody all the time. Oh, but you still inhaling. Are you still getting your bud? I hear you. I hear him every now and then round, but it's just kind of a part of, but that's the cities we live in. Like you number one biggest, I'm third biggest, Houston was fourth biggest. Like there's just like shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a part of living in big cities. Like if you want to avoid problems, you gotta move to small towns. I got you, Zacadelic. I hear you. I need to run tomorrow. I'll run in the snow, but I don't really like running in cold rain. I just feel like I'm gonna get sick. I'm excited to run in the cold though. The cold runs are nice. They feel right. Animal and iPhones. Yeah, I'm trying to keeping on. Keep telling stories if I can. Or start to do better jobs of it, I guess. Yeah, small town. I would say medium-sized towns. Medium-sized towns got some of the most dangerous hoods because they're overlooked. Like people go and they service the hood in Chicago or they service some New York hoods. People make it out and can give back. Places in the middle, 200 to 500,000 people, especially. There's so many overlooked hoods in America that are just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than those big cities. Even like the size like a Memphis or something like that. Like they're not gonna get the support that like some of these larger hoods are gonna get, and but they need even more support. So I believe you. Like the middle-sized town, the middle-sized cities in America got some shit. Because even in my college town, it was like, damn, it's dangerous out there. I'm not going out to like that side of Lubbock or whatever. Wild shit happens over there. What am I smoking on? What's the name of this? I went to this plug for the first time. Shit's okay. Or this dealer, I guess. white truffles. GG number 4 and peanut butter breath mixed. No wonder it's okay, because peanut butter breath wave was just okay. Peanut butter breath was like a lot of dealers had peanut butter breath at one point out here, but that stuff was just okay to me personally. I don't even know what that means done. Yeah, in Plano, Dallas area. That's what's up. I've been up there. I was actually visiting Will one time when I was up in Dallas. Dallas too spread out for me. Things got me fucked up driving all over that hole for no reason. I thought Houston was spread out. Houston, at least you could stay in one loop area. Dallas, you going loop to another tollway. God damn. Dark green Yoda was good. Damn, CD. I want to live in a little bit more remote place, but I gotta be rich. I gotta have all the shit I need. Until then, I want to live in a city. I got you. I used to want to ride a motorcycle, but the hoes scare me. I'm not gonna lie. The hoes are so goddamn dangerous. For me, personally. I still want a dirt bike and do that type of shit, but on the highway, on a motorcycle, I do think they're cool, though. I actually love motorcycles. I learned to ride one like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. No, like 3 years ago now. Time travels. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll stick to my e-bike and cycling. Actually, I don't have an e-bike right now, but I'll stick to my cycling for real. People say that's dangerous, but I'm like, who do you know that's been hit on a bike? Like, I'm sure there's somebody out there, but everybody I know has been hit in a car. And I'm probably exaggerating with that, but almost everybody I know has been in a car wreck. Like, bikes really don't just get wiped out that often by cars, especially not in a city like this that's set up for bikes to exist. Push yours away for the year. Yeah, I'd be good on a motorcycle. I've ridden a few, but it's not for me. It's not worth the risk. I like cycling. I love e-bikes, bro. Like a nice e-bike, that's better than a motorcycle in my opinion. You ride that on the sidewalk and in parks too. Some of them go up to like 30 miles an hour. That's enough for me. On a little bike, 30 miles an hour, that whole still, I'll be so high, I still fuck around and kill myself. Going too fast. So I got to be careful. Like I had an e-bike. My e-bike went up to like 25 miles an hour. And I'd be zooming in. Sometimes like I would get, no, a couple times my foot hit something. And when you're going 11 miles an hour on a bike, because you like chilling or whatever, you coasting, or when you going 24, like that hit on my foot hurt. Like it almost broke my foot. It felt like, at least at the time. All the time. Man, I'm just saying, like, I think a year, there was something on this I saw. In a year, it was like 52 a year. Like one person a week dies on a bike. It was like in America. It was like in America, like people don't die on bikes like that much. Like if you look at how many people die in cars, it is it is like staggering how many people die in cars. This is a grim thing, but I'm gonna look it up. I could be way off, and I want to let y'all know. Oh, I must have been just looking at one city when I said that. So, according to Wikipedia, it says it stays around mid 800s to high 800s for the year, which is a good amount of people. But out of 300 million, it really isn't that much. Nah, the hoes be moving. The hoes be moving. And then one said 2020, it seems like it went up a lot. During COVID, a lot of people started biking a lot more though. And it said like, I think it was like 75% of them pretty much were 75 or 80% were with cars. And then like, there was a percentage of them that was like, I guess like the rest would be just crashing, hitting the head or something like that. I don't know. But not to do with a car, just crashing the bike. So it's interesting because somebody told me one time they were like, cycling is actually more dangerous. More people die cycling maybe than on motorcycles or something like that per year. I think he said I was like, yeah, but way more people bike. So many more people bike on a regular, like any, even a semi-regular basis than have ever ridden a motorcycle. So I don't know if that counts. Yeah, for sure, man. It's a lot, but I still don't think it compares to cars. Which I'm not advocating against cars. People need cars. We live in a place where people have to have cars. I don't even want to look up the car statistics though. That would just ruin my night. I'll probably look it up after this. Damn, I ended up staying on here over an hour. Appreciate you guys. That's what I'm saying, man. So 1,000 people, it doesn't work this way at all. I bet it's like an 80-20 rule with that to where like most people are in just like a few states that are doing even most of the biking. But 1,000 will cost 50 states. Not terrible, honestly. And it really is the fault of cities because there should be, in my opinion, biking infrastructure in place to where nobody's getting hit. Like practically, like a car has to be like the guy has to be completely drunk, like belligerent, just going over shit to like hit. Like there should be safe bike lanes. Like there are certain cities I bet that have almost no bike accidents. I've lived in a few that have the infrastructure for bikes perfectly set up. And in my opinion, if it was done that way, we could cut that number in half. I bet if you just did an overhaul on the bike systems in all the major cities, really the mid-sized cities, because major cities are starting to have pretty good bike systems. but you get it up to par, I would be willing to bet that you could like get close to like eradicating bike deaths. And people get hurt on them, they fall off, they get hurt. Like that is what it is. But I'm saying like for them not to have to be in so close contact with cars, it's possible. Yeah, sometimes people being stupid. Sometimes it's people not being seen. And a lot of times I bet it's people that don't live in New York because people in New York know how like a lot of bikers like ride with the flow of traffic in New York City and places like here and stuff. But if you're not from here and you're not from New York and you're from somewhere else, you might not really know how to like maneuver with bikes. Even here, I ride in the suburbs sometimes to go to my job, and those people don't know how to maneuver around bikes as well as people in the city do, because people in the city are so used to interacting with bikes. So that also plays a role in it as well. People don't really know how to drive around bikes. Like people be trying to cut it way too close and don't really realize that like usually we're talking about inconvenience of like 30 seconds, not 30 seconds, 2 seconds, even if a bike gets in your way or something. But yeah, random account. Sorry about that. I'm about to head out here soon. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me once again. I think I have one more hit in this. I'm gonna go sit on the couch, write some shit down, watch some shit, enjoy the rest of my night. I hope you guys do the same thing. Yeah, people defend bikers like out here and shit like that because it's a big community of people who do it and people want to be safe. You guys are dope. I'm be on here next time I'm on here. It'll be sometime this week, and I'll keep trying to announce it on Instagram and um, Discord and stuff like that. I appreciate you guys. See you guys later.